Hello everyone, so welcome to today's video. As you can see, I'm completely barefaced here because we are doing a tutorial. Get ready with me. We're going to chat. We're going to try some new things. I did post a video several days ago of my Vegas haul. If you haven't seen it, click here and it'll take you straight to the video if you want to see the stuff that I purchased at Vegas. So I have my makeup bag in front of me and I'm looking to swap out some things and kind of switch it up a little bit. It's kind of funny because I took lashes with me to Vegas, the Lash Trios by Ardell, but I didn't bring any lash glue, like a dummy, so I didn't get to use those, but it was fun because it was just one of those things where you're having fun on vacation, the last thing you're thinking about is lashes, and, well, at least for me, full glam. So I've got my new Mickey mug from Target with coffee, ready to go. My beauty blender is kind of wrapped in a paper towel because I just washed it. And all I have done is my skincare routine. Now I did use today for the first time. I didn't bring it in with me. It's in my bathroom, but I'll show you from the Sephora Clean Skincare Clean Beauty set that I showed in my last video. I used the Cora Noni Glow Face Oil. I did 3 drops all over my face, my Kiehl's eye cream, and my vitamin C serum, and no moisturizer because I think that oil is pretty hydrating in itself. Okay, I have eyeshadow primer on, Milani. My CC cream, I have been sort of squeezing it down because I'm getting to the point where I'm running out. I still got quite a bit left, but gotta give it a couple bang ups to get this to kind of flow through. It is absolutely disgusting. This is what I used when I was in Vegas, what I use every single day. Has really great SPF coverage, which is the SPF 50. I have been mixing it with my Clinique. Even better, just because I'm trying to get rid of this foundation. It's a good one. I like it. It's super light. I can't obviously wear it on its own because I've gotten some tan coloring happening here, and so I just mix it with my SPF. Then I'm going to go in and just kind of pounce this around and blend it in with my Real Techniques sponge. It's funny because I'm here doing my makeup, right? And I kid you not, it happens every single time. The rabbits, they're quiet, they're playing, they're sleeping, but the minute I turn this camera on, they start scratching the tunnel, but they're quiet. Beforehand and afterwards, they kind of mellow out. They're just showing off. Isn't that right, Jose? Alright, so now that I have my under eye Tatcha stuff on, it is pretty light because that is the lightest shade and I am a little bit dark, so I will have to add a lot of bronzer to kind of balance everything out. I've also done some spot concealing with the Cosmetics Bye Bye Breakout, the full coverage treatment, because I have 2 breakouts as a parting gift from Vegas. Parting too hard. Anyways, I'm going to set my under eye and these 2 spots with the Dermablend Loose Setting Powder. And I like to just apply this with my damp beauty sponge, so I kind of dip it in there and just kind of smush it into the sponge. I like to look up so that I'm not setting any creasing under the eye. I don't really set everything else. I just set the spots that have any sort of extra concealing, because I will go in with bronzer and those concealer tends to lift off if you don't set it when you're buffing in other products and stuff. So wherever there was a little spot, my skin is going a little crazy. Just changing altitude and climates does that to the skin, but not losing sleep over it. It's going to be fine. So for brows, I have been just kind of using the same products that I've shared with you before, the tinted brow gel, or yeah, tinted brow mascara, not gel, mascara. the Brow Stylist Boost and Set from L'Oreal. I have it in brunette. And I also take a little bit of my Brow Wiz from Anastasia and kind of go into some areas that are kind of like bald spots from over plucking. Alright, so I've been digging through my collection because I swear I had the NARS Laguna bronzer, like a mini size that came in either an Ipsy or maybe a Sephora, some form of beauty subscription. I cannot find that, so I'm tired of looking. I'm just going to use what I have been using. It's pretty disgusting, you guys. This is kind of embarrassing how I didn't really prep very well for this video. Let's just turn it upside down. I've been using this one here that's more kind of orangey and more warm. I hate to say orangey because it doesn't, I don't think it looks like that on the skin, but that's what I've been using for my bronzer. As you can tell, it's super dirty. I mix a bunch of these for highlighting, for under the eyes. So I'm just going to use this one, my go-to face. Hopefully you guys can't hear that fan. The rabbits are in their little tunnel, so I was like, I'm going to steal this fan for myself because I literally am burning up. I'm in a tank top, which, by the way, this tank is so comfortable. It's from the brand A New Day from Target, $8, and it's so soft and comfortable. I'm wearing like some black Sophie shorts. I am like literally not wearing a lot of clothing here, and I am like sweating so bad. These lights get really hot here. And so we've got some new highlighters to use, or a new one. I'm gonna bust out the Jennifer Lopez one. Yep. This is Livin the Highlight, and I forgot to mention the shade. It's called Radiant. It's upside down, Radiant. But there's two of them, and this is the Illuminator Face, Eyes, and Body. So, yep, this is happening right now. The Morphe Y14 that I shared in my last haul video as well. So what I like to do with these types of like powders that are loose, with the sifter, I like to just kind of pour it into the cap. That might be a little much, but we're going to find out how bright this is. Well, this is like super soft. And I think it might just be because of the brush. Okay, maybe not. Whoa. Yeah, this is definitely dewy. But I don't know, just something about it just looks so daggone pretty. Like, holy moly. Okay. Oops, I think I did a little too much. It's like, it's either nothing or way too much for me. I can't ever find like a happy medium with highlighter. Wow, that looks like that wet look. So if you like that wet look, then you will love this. Wow, that's, hello cheekbones. I'm gonna go on the tip of my nose, right in through here. I think I'm gonna use my finger and do my Cupid's bow. Wow. But that is really pretty. I mean, it is a certain type of look, that wet look. It's not very natural per se, but you could try to kind of tone this down if you're interested in trying it. It's beautiful. And I don't see any like super like sparkly glitter bits. I mean, it is a little bit, I hate to say chunkier than like a pressed highlighter that's more smooth. This goes on very smooth and pretty, but you will kind of notice if you get really close, just some little kind of golden-y type of things. And I think that's just kind of the look that she was going for when she was creating this. And she's just known for her glow. So I'm not surprised about that. So it definitely is something that I would recommend swatching in store if you have an Inglot store near you, and just kind of try. I'm going to take whatever's left and go right under the brow. For blush, I'm just going to stick to something that's pretty easy. It goes with everything. The Physicians Formula Mineral Wear Blush in the natural shade. It's talc free. It's mineral based. I use the Morphe E4 brush. And I'm just going to go on the apples of the cheek. I should have done this first before the highlighter. But whatever. Oh well. Okay, here's my thing. I do a lot of warm tones because that's my jam. That's what I like. That's what I feel most comfortable in. And when I'm wearing this like olivey, kind of army green colors, olive tones, deep green shades, I don't know why, but I just want to pair that with some peach and like orangey tones. I feel like those two together are like a perfect combination. That's probably why I do warm tones all the time, because it just looks so good with everything, especially with like these kind of greenish tones. So that being said, the Jaclyn Hill palette. This is an OG. I love this. This is one of my favorites. I'm going to dig into my Man Eater palette from the Tarte brand and go in with the shade called Passion, which is this one right here. It's a very light, it looks kind of peach, but it goes on like a skin tone, just to set my primer before going in with some eyeshadows, because the Jaclyn Hill palette does not have a matte shade that looks light like this. The ones that are in the shade that are similar in tone are shimmery, and I don't really want that all through the lid and crease. I have the Morphe R37, which is a crease brush. It's more of a tapered with a point. So I'm thinking we're going to use this. We're going to start with this. And I always go for these light shades, like these first two. I always go for that first. But I think let's just start with the light shade. Let's start with that color right here, this light one. I don't know the names of it. I'll put it on the screen. But this light shade here I'm going to use just to kind of start working in the crease. And I'm going to use that R37 brush, tapping off the excess. And because this has a point to it, I can really get precise with this color. So I'm thinking to kind of tie in some of that green, I think I'm going to do the green shade that's in there on the lower lash line. I think that would be so pretty. And it's been a while since I've done like a color on my actual under eye area. Like I always just do nothing, or if I do, it's like a brown, a tan, a Morphe M441, which looks a little different. So this is the one that I started with, the R37, more pointed, very tapered. This is a little bit fluffier and wider at the tip. So I'm going to use that to kind of go back and forth and clean up everything and blend all those edges out. And then to kind of deepen things up and get some action happening here, I think I'm going to go with one of the darker, warmer shades and do something super warm. I'm hoping that this works with the green, but I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which looks quite orange, but in person it's a little bit deeper and not like orange. And I'm going to stamp most of that on the outer corner and then start wiggling and working that into the crease a little bit at a time, because these are very pigmented shadows. Actually, you know what? I'm going to switch to this other brush. This is the Morphe M506, which is super, super precise and very, very tiny. Yes, this is going to work. I have a feeling it's going to work with this eyeshadow. So I'm going to take that color and kind of press it and work back and forth. Oh yeah, this is good. This is going to work. Yes. All right, so I'm just kind of working back and forth, as you can see, with both of these brushes, and there's nothing on here, and I'm going to go around the edges. I'm trying really hard not to do what I normally do, which is to pull everything up. And I think that this brush really helps keep everything really low in that crease area and just kind of sticking to right where it comes up to that little bone area right there, where it doesn't go up too high into the actual brow highlight area, if that makes any sense. But this brush is so freaking good. So I'm going to take a flat brush, flat definer brush. This is one from Sigma. Super old brush. I've had this since Sigma first started, which was many, many years ago. And I'm going to take this dark kind of hunter green. It's matte. It's like a hunter foresty type of green. If you have an eyeliner in this shade, you could do that instead of the shadow. But I'm going to do this really close to the lashes. Let me see if I can bring you a little closer. I'm going to stamp this right along the lash line, a little bit thicker on this outer part, and just kind of taper that into the inner corner very, very lightly. So I'm going to start working on this blending here, and I am using the Morphe E36, which is super small, another new brush that I got. And I got this while I was in Vegas at the Morphe store, and I'm just going to start pulling this up. And it's going to be a little bit on the thicker side, but hopefully you can see it's just really soft compared to this side that is more like harsh. And so what I'm going to do is work this brush back and forth to soften this and pull it up a little bit. And I'm also going to add some more with the other brush and soften it and add just to get it to where I'm happy with it. And if you get it and come into this crease area, you could do that as well. I've seen looks like that before where it's like really dark and then it goes into the crease. That would be really pretty. Now what I want to do is incorporate this green. I had a bunny hair on there. Good thing I didn't get into my eye because that would have really hurt. So now what I want to do is bring this green and kind of incorporate that to the lower lash line like I said before. So I'm going to use that same brush and I'm going to get real close to the root of my lashes. And I like to sometimes look up and have my mirror up a little higher. And just kind of stamp this. Get it a little bit thick on the outer corner and a little bit thin. Now that looks a little crazy. We're fixing it. So good. I'm going to start working this back and forth. And I'm going to pull that color down just a little bit lower and go a little thicker than I normally go. Because you know what? It's makeup at the end of the day, washes off. And it just looks so pretty. I love it. I'm going to do this little brush here, and I'm going to go in with that shimmery green. This is more kind of along the lines of like olive-y type of green with a bit of shimmer. Not a bit, a lot of shimmer. Like it's so pretty. Let me swatch it for you guys. So it looks like that. And I'll swatch the other one so you guys can have an idea. If you don't have this palette, it's totally fine. A dark green and a shimmery version. This looks more of like a kind of silvery green in comparison to that matte one. And I'm going to use that small little brush to get a little bit of that onto the lower lash line. We're going to go in from the kind of where the lashes start and go in. I don't think this would be really good for inner corner unless you're going to kind of bring it and do like a halo eye and bring it into this inner part. I think I'm just going to kind of keep it to this like first like half of the under eye area. That's pretty. Just lightens it up just a little bit and adds a bit of shimmer and sparkle. And then I'm going to go back in with that brush, wipe it off, and blend this out. It has a little bit of a pinky vibe to it, so I'll show you what it looks like. It's this shade right here. It's kind of like a pinky champagne. And like I said before, I will put the names on the screen because I don't have the card with the names on it. And this is going to go just kind of lightly pressed into this inner corner. That's strange. You may hear the dogs barking. Something, it just like flew and it sounded like it hit the window. We have a bird's nest. Actually, we've had multiple bird's nests, and I've been watching the eggs and kind of making sure that the wind doesn't blow the nest, and I've sort of anchored some of them down because the winds are so intense here. We had a nest in our wreath in the front door, and the wind was so bad and it stormed overnight that in the morning the eggs had fallen and the nest fell and they all cracked. So it might be a bird that just flew into the window because we have them, they're flying all over our porch because there's babies. Okay, anyways, so I'm just going to lightly just pack this onto the lid and into this inner corner here, like so. And by doing that, it's going to sort of clean up what we did in the crease that came too close to the inner corner. And I'm going to go in with the JLO highlighter, and I'm going to use that for the inner corner because I think that would be fab. You also spray it down and then apply it. But I think we're just going to go for it like this because this will be really pretty. Oh, yes. See, JLO knows what she's doing. So I'm going to load up the lashes, and then we'll move on to the lips. Alright, so this is the eyes with a mascara. What a difference mascara does. I absolutely love that mascara. If you haven't tried it, you are definitely missing out on some good stuff. And so now we got to do lips. Now I wanted to do something nude. I have a few new lip products that I got while I was in Vegas. One is the JLO lipstick in the shade called Dolce. This is more of a kind of like a peachy kind of nude. color, and I'll put it on to show you guys. I do have some lip balm on. But this totally would work because it goes along with the warm tones. Let me put this on first, and then we'll talk. So that's the Dolce from the Jennifer Lopez brand or collection with Inglot. And I love, like I said, peaches, warm tones with this kind of greenish color. But I think I want to try the Jeffree Star Velour liquid lipstick. I don't know how this goes on. I don't know if it'll be too dark, but we're just going to play with makeup. So I'm going to go in with this one. This is the Celebrity Skin, which I think is going to be fabulous. I love the doe foot applicator. It's got like an angle to it, and it's a little bit of a divot into it. So it kind of has enough product, I think, from my experience with doe foot applicators like this in the past, enough where it's actually going to be enough where I don't have to re-dip, hopefully. But, oh, it smells good, you guys. Really, really good. Okay, so I'm going to start with the lower lip. Yes, I love this color. Oops. Oh, this is so pretty. And it doesn't feel sticky or weird. So I'm going to let this dry down. But that is the lip. That is nice. That is, to me, a nice kind of everyday nude shade that can go with absolutely everything. And that's probably why I love this so much to begin with. I don't know about the formula because I just tried it for the first time, but the color is perfection. I love it. So good. Alright guys, so that completes the look for today's video. I really love the way this came out. Those warm tones, you guys know that's my jam. It's what I feel most comfortable in, and I just love how makeup makes me feel. It's almost like it gives you this boost of confidence. It just makes you ready for the day. You can go and kick ass and take names, and I just love it. That's why I think makeup is so amazing. It's an art, and it can really transform a person. It can really lift a person's spirits, and I just love it. It's been a while since I've done like eyeshadows. I've been doing just shadow for liner, keeping everything simple. Yes, I was on vacation, so maybe that has something to do with it, but I'm just excited to get back into wearing eyeshadows and doing some more smoky eyes, and I just love the way this came out. I love the green. It does play off really well with my shirt, and I'm in a green mood today because I went back downstairs and I grabbed my Green Goddess smoothie. I love green juices and green smoothies. They're my favorites, and this is so good, you guys. If you haven't tried this, you don't taste the greens in it at all. It tastes like fruit. So that's a great way if you have kids to sneak in some vegetables. Just a little tip there. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for tuning in and for watching and staying till the end. If you have, thank you for your support. If you have subscribed, again, thank you for your support and for being here, for being you. If you're new, please subscribe for more videos like this in the future. If you want to see anything specific from me, then let me know in the comments section. I always love hearing from you guys, and I do my absolute best to respond to comments in a timely manner. I know that sometimes things can get pretty chaotic. I am a stay-at-home mom. For now, I am going to be starting my new career next month, which I am so pumped for. And, of course, I'll take you guys on the journey and keep you guys part of that because you guys are part of my life. So have a fabulous day wherever you are. Have a great one. Take care, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye-bye.